Caitlin Clark and
I'm a fan.
Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're going back and
I'm a
forth.
fan of both.
And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said, by the time she retires, she will be the MJ.
Stephen A. Smith just slammed the brakes on Angel Reese's ego so hard you could almost see the smoke trail behind it, and this wasn't your typical back and forth TV moment. This was a full-on verbal knockout. Reese tried to crown herself the Michael Jordan of the WNBA, and Stephen A. wasn't having any of it. He came back with that trademark mix of confidence, fire, and razor-sharp precision that left no room for debate. This wasn't a conversation, it was a public dismantling. The internet went silent for a second, everyone thinking the same thing. Did she really say that? If you thought the WNBA's drama ended on the court, think again. Stephen A. just cooked Angel Reese, live and unfiltered.
It's not about black and white, it's about that white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA. You see, it was all instigated. If Angel Reese was never in Caitlin Clark's face, taunting her the way that she did when mimicking what Caitlin Clark was doing to numerous opponents en route to the Final Four. And then Angel Reese and LSU bust their living, you know what, at that particular moment in time. And Angel Reese was in her face chirping at her the way that she did, it would have never gotten to this.
A career low of just 4 points in her second WNBA season. That's all she managed. 4 points for the self-proclaimed Jordan of women's basketball. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, sitting injured on the bench, somehow made a bigger impact without even touching the floor. Angel had the spotlight, the possessions, and the perfect opportunity to prove everyone wrong. But instead, she turned in a performance that looks straight out of a pickup game gone wrong. The irony? She played like the rim had a restraining order against her. If you're ready for another chapter in the Baby Giraffe Chronicles, drop a in the comments, because this story's just getting started.
First of all, it's not a rivalry. Not when you lose about 35 points.
That's true.
It's not rivalry. Indiana Fever's on a different level than the Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own.
Stephen A. didn't sugarcoat a thing. He said exactly what everyone else was thinking but wouldn't say out loud. This wasn't greatness, it was pure delusion. Angel didn't look like the next Michael Jordan. She looked like someone who forgot how to find the rim. 4 points isn't grit. It's a wake-up call that social media buzz doesn't translate into buckets. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, iced up and sidelined, was still commanding headlines while Angel was out there perfecting the art of going unnoticed.
Fans were excited to see Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever take on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. The game was a blowout as the Fever beat down Chicago 93-58, with Clark's triple-double leading the way. But the biggest headline coming out of the game on Saturday is the investigation the WNBA is conducting into allegations of hateful fan comments directed at Angel Reese. It happened after this play when Clark slapped at the ball after Reese grabbed an offensive rebound.
Sure, she pulled down 12 rebounds and celebrates each one like she's earning reward points. But as Stephen A. reminded everyone, you can't rebound your way into greatness. Grabbing boards is nice, but the real job is putting the ball in the hoop. Angel's stat line shows hustle, but hustle without results is just noise. She's out there collecting rebounds like they're designer handbags. They might look impressive, but they don't win games.
Angel Reese, part 38, let's get it!
Life throws her lemons, she makes bricks. Bang! PSA to anyone watching, she is right-handed. Right-handed, by the way. She missed the rim by 3 feet, man. Bang! I gotta say, this is my favorite summer sitcom. Pecan? Butter pecan? Bang! Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops.
What? Bang!
You know it's a rough night when the commentators start reaching for sympathy lines. She contributed in other ways, one of them said, and Stephen A. instantly shut that down. Other ways? Like what? Striking poses for the camera? He snapped. Angel's game was all hustle with no heartbeat, constant movement, zero impact. She was running, diving, fighting. But for what? A rebound clip that leads nowhere? Even the slow motion replays looked exhausted. She played like someone living off her reputation, not her current ability.
I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her, but not It's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shit.
It wasn't always like this. There was a time when Angel Reese walked into every arena like it was her personal runway. Lashes on point, nails flawless, confidence through the roof. But that kind of swagger only works when the game backs it up. That 4-point showing, it shouted, "My best days were in college." The whole Bayou Barbie aura is starting to fade, replaced by the awkward silence of hype gone cold. She's not leading a revolution. She's watching her own spotlight dim in slow motion. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to define what true greatness looks like. Even when she's not at her best, she's elevating everyone around her, setting up plays, draining deep threes, and making magic look routine. She doesn't have to declare she's great. The world already knows. Angel had the perfect chance to rise while Caitlin was sidelined. But instead, she stumbled over her own storyline.
Read a little bit more on that in just a second, but before I do that, I want to ask you your thoughts about apparently some racial animus that was thrown in the direction of Angel Reese. The Chicago Sky have gotten involved, talking about they're going to protect their players at all costs. The WNBA has issued a statement saying it abhors and discourages hate of any kind, etc., etc. Your thoughts about it? Here's the WNBA statement. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. Your thoughts about that element of all of this, where you believe it emanates from, and do you think it will ever subside?
Pulling down rebounds without putting up points is like publishing a book full of blank pages. It looks impressive until you open it. Angel's been playing like the box score is a fashion statement instead of a scoreboard. Stephen A. even joked she's out there hoarding rebounds like limited edition collectibles. She's got a shelf full of them, but what's the point if none of them translate into wins?
Oh man, the latter part of that, Stephen A., is quite the thing to think on. I think when you go back to the impetus of the rivalry that we have between Caitlin and Angel Reese, I remember funny clips on the internet.
Diabolical stat, she's 19 of 59 from less than 5 feet away. How about that, man? Bang! She should work in housekeeping for hotels because she could turn it over quickly. Lost by 27, scored only 4 points against the Indiana Fever. To mention no Caitlin Clark, no problem, give and go. Like a given no shot of working. Bang!
You prefer car or plane?
Car or plane for what? For how you want to travel! That's too many steps and you can't do that.
And then came the rumor that sent Stephen A. over the edge. Angel Reese allegedly comparing herself to Michael Jordan. That was it, the breaking point. Michael Jordan. Stephen A. exploded on air saying, "I'm sorry, did I miss the 6 rings, the MVPs, the 30-point averages?" The crowd lost it because he voiced exactly what every fan's been thinking all season. That wasn't confidence, it was straight up comedy.
I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader. Outside of rebounding her own missed layups, what does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're gonna call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night. And for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
This is where confidence slides into pure comedy. Angel's minutes are shrinking, her numbers keep dipping, yet somehow the self-promotion is still on the rise. She's turning average play into a full-blown PR campaign. At this point, she might want to ask her agent if there's a spot open on a reality show, because right now she's serving up more drama than dominance. This was supposed to be her year, the breakout season, the told you so moment, but instead it's shaping up to be a cautionary story in real time. The same hype that once built her image is now eating it alive. The fans who used to flood social media with Bayou Barbie love are now posting, wait, 4 points again. She's gone from headliner to headline, and not for the reasons she hoped.
Caitlin Clark's or Angel Reese's popularity in large part is attributed to her behavior towards Caitlin Clark, because when Caitlin Clark was busy taunting opponents a couple of years back before LSU smacked Iowa around in the national championship game or so. It was Angel Reese that was clapping back at Caitlin Clark once it was Caitlin Clark's turn to have her comeuppance. And that's what made Angel Reese famous. Now, Angel Reese experienced vitriol thereafter. It was tough for her to deal with, as she articulated.
Even her most devoted fans are starting to run out of excuses. Social media is filled with desperate threads trying to spin her struggles into some kind of hidden genius. You just don't get her impact. Please. The only impact we're seeing is the sound of missed layups echoing off the rim. She's playing like a star trapped in denial, the kind who thinks swagger can erase a bad stat sheet. And that's why Stephen A's criticism hit so hard, because it wasn't mockery, it was honesty. He didn't roast her for clicks, he simply held up a mirror. Angel Reese isn't the WNBA's Michael Jordan. And truthfully, right now, she's not even its Dennis Rodman. She's a brand searching for results, and the numbers just aren't matching the marketing. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark keeps soaring, breaking records, lifting her team, and making everyone else's excuses sound weaker by the day.
Oh, there's a lot of reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, cremation, whatever you want to call it, roasting, sauteed, whatever your form of cooking may be. But the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled the Chicago's.
What makes all of this even more painful is that Caitlin Clark is still dominating headlines without even stepping on the court. That's when it stops being a slump and starts feeling straight up embarrassing. Clark's sitting on the bench, casually chatting with trainers and sipping water, while Angel Reese is out there looking completely lost, like she forgot which direction her team's basket is. And somehow, Caitlin still feels like the star of the night. How do you lose the spotlight to someone who isn't even playing? That's not just a bad stretch, that's a full-blown relevance crisis. And the buzz around Chicago's front office isn't helping. Whispers are starting to spread. Wait, is she in danger of being benched or worse? Some are calling it developmental delay, but let's be honest, it's an identity meltdown. The Sky drafted what they thought was a franchise cornerstone, and instead they've got a player who looks completely allergic to scoring.
Only women that get this. I'm tired of it. Like, here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlin Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? What else are these women supposed to do? Fawn over her? Fangirl over her? Bend the fucking knee? Kiss the ring? Like, what do you want from them? We cannot, every time the girl plays a game, she got 40 games, guys. She got 35 more games. We are not every single game gonna revisit and retread this same tired ass rhetoric that all these girls are hating on her, and they need to be thankful they have.
Let's be real. Teams aren't looking for influencers. They're looking for killers on the court. Nobody's handing out max contracts for catchy nicknames or viral sound bites. If you're going to call yourself the Michael Jordan of the WNBA, you better start putting up Jordan-level numbers. Because as Stephen A. Smith said while glancing at that box score, 4 points. 4. He made it clear, this isn't Baton Rouge anymore. And he's right. College hype doesn't translate here. In the pros, energy doesn't earn you respect. Production does. Right now, Angel's stats look like someone hit Simulate Season on 2K and forgot to boost her rating.
Oof. What an outfit Angel Reese was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Reese put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Reese put in more time in her outfits for the pre-game catwalk, or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game of?
The pressure's rising with every game. Each minute Angel spends on the court without making an impact just tightens the focus on her. The WNBA doesn't hand out sympathy minutes. This isn't about popularity or endorsement deals. Playing time here is earned through production, not personality. Coaches in this league won't hesitate to pull you mid-possession if you're not delivering, and Angel's playing like she hasn't gotten that memo. This isn't college anymore. Charm and charisma won't save you. In the pros, no one cares about your nickname. They care about your plus minus.
Comes along, and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting.
4th in the league, her rookie year.
Wow.
Outstanding. She's like Steph Curry. She can pull up from anywhere. You understand? She has that kind of capability. Didn't win a national championship. Lost to LSU one year. We lost to South Carolina another year. But she's outstanding and clearly worthy of being the number 1 overall pick. And what I was saying to everybody is ride the wave. Rising.
The scary truth is, this isn't about potential anymore. That window's just about shut. This is about production. Either Angel Reese turns it around fast, or in a few years we'll be watching an ESPN special titled Angel Reese, the hype that never landed. Picture it. Slow motion highlights, soft piano music, and a narrator asking, where did it all go wrong? Because right now, her career curve looks like a stock chart after the crash. Overvalued at launch, dipping lower with every game. Enter Tyler Marsh, the poor coach stuck trying to unlock Angel like she's a secret cheat code in NBA 2K. He's tried everything, power forward, small ball 5, even an experimental wing roll that looked more like a failed science fair project. At this point, he's probably drawing up new schemes on coffee-stained napkins, hoping something sticks. But here's the hard truth, it's not about where she lines up. It's about what she delivers. You can shift her anywhere on the court, but if she's still blowing layups and missing rotations, it all ends the same. Marsh could literally write her name under the rim in chalk, and she'd still find a way to finish with 4 points. The Chicago Sky don't have a lineup issue. They've got an Angel Reese issue.
She balled at Iowa in college. She's balled since she's been in the NBA. She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard when it was really all said and done. We know what she brings to the...
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark could be wearing a walking boot and still find a way to outshine Angel. She could literally be sinking free throws from a folding chair and somehow create more offense. Even when she's sidelined, Clark moves the needle. That's the difference. And once she's healthy again, you can bet she's coming back with fire in her eyes. When she starts lighting up defenses like before, Angel's 4-point nights are going to look even worse in comparison. Caitlin's already shown she can thrive through pressure and pain. Angel, on the other hand, is still fighting her own box score. You can hear it in the crowd now. When the ball swings her way, the energy shifts. It's not excitement anymore. It's hesitation. That collective gasp from the fans isn't anticipation. It's concern. A silent plea that the play doesn't die in her hands. Watching her try to score is like watching someone repeatedly miss their phone password on live TV. Painful and awkward. Even the coaching adjustments are starting to look frantic, moving her around the lineup like they're rearranging deck chairs on a sinking ship. This isn't strategy anymore. It's pure survival mode.
Actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlin Clark is better at her best thing than she is.
Well, she's better at everything. And she had a triple-double. She's tied for the 3rd most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games.
The truth is hard to ignore. Angel Reese isn't producing, progressing, or adjusting. All that hustle starts to feel empty when it doesn't turn into points on the board. And with every underwhelming game, she edges closer to the danger zone. There are younger, hungrier players ready to snatch those minutes. Players who don't need a PR spin to prove they belong. Because once Caitlin Clark returns, everything shifts again. She's not coming back to blend in. She's coming back to take over. And standing next to that kind of star power, Angel's box scores are going to look tiny. The WNBA is hungry for players who lift the league up, not ones who drain its patience. If Angel doesn't rediscover her rhythm soon, she won't just fall behind, she'll vanish from the conversation entirely. All the NIL deals, the college hype, the Bayou Barbie brand, it all fades the moment the shots stop dropping. This league rewards results, not reputation. And right now, the numbers aren't just disappointing, they're damning.
Fortunately, it comes with the crown.
I gotta push back on you a little bit.
Okay.
I think you're being a little bit too PC. Let's call it what it is. I am not trying to say that she should be criticized or she is wrong
What I'm saying is by pulling it down, clearly you felt there was something wrong with it. Now, yes, you are 22. Yes, you are young. And there's a lot of things that we didn't want people to know about when we were her age. Fair enough, especially me, okay? Because I'm 30 plus years removed from that age. I got that part. There was no social media then or whatever. But here's my point to you. She knows this social media. She is not.
Even inside that locker room, you can feel the tension building. Players fighting for every minute are watching Angel Reese log heavy minutes but deliver little in return. That kind of imbalance doesn't go unnoticed. It builds frustration. Teammates see it, coaches see it, and the front office definitely sees it. They invested in her, built marketing campaigns around her image, but the return is starting to look disappointing. You can't keep selling potential when the results keep falling short. Fans were sold a rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, the rematch everyone wanted. But what they got instead? A one-sided story. Caitlin's out here making history, while Angel still looks like she's stuck in rehearsal. The fans wanted sparks. Instead, they're watching the flame die out. This isn't a rivalry anymore. It's a reality check.
Robinson of the WNBA will be Caitlin Clark. If she stays healthy, there's a group of them that would hope for her to be out. But
why do you say she's going to be the Jackie Robinson of the WNBA?
Well,
it's not like she's the first white girl.
She's not the first white girl, but she's the first white superstar at the levels where she's scoring these, the threes she's shooting. She's like a Steph Curry. She's the first actual superstar that people care. When's the last time we watched like college basketball? If I told you, tell me the greatest college basketball female basketball players last 30 years. And you watch I know her. She's our meet, but you look at some of these names, you see some of these people.
If this keeps up, it's not just disappointing, it's tragic. The storyline practically writes itself. Caitlin Clark cements her legacy while Angel Reese fades into a footnote. It's the classic case of discipline outlasting delusion. Because talent without direction, that's just a countdown to irrelevance. And Angel's clock is ticking fast. Let's be honest here. The Chicago Sky don't need an influencer in sneakers. They need a scorer, a leader, a difference maker. And right now, Angel isn't checking any of those boxes. She's not a franchise savior. She's a warning sign. Until she proves otherwise, she's not the Michael Jordan of the WNBA. She's the cautionary tale of what happens when hype collides with hard truth. As Stephen A. Smith once said, this league doesn't wait for you to figure it out. You either produce or you vanish. And if Angel Reese doesn't start producing soon, she might disappear long before she ever becomes the star she claimed to be. If you're ready for Reese's next blooper, drop a baby giraffe in the comments below, hit that like button, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Click the video on your screen, we'll see you there.